Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Maggie Luther, and today we're going to be talking about probiotics and the benefits that probiotics can confer on health. So there's some pretty cool research on probiotics. If you've heard about the microbiome and how having certain balances of probiotics is really going to confer health versus put you more in a disease state. So there'll be more and more of that to come, I'm sure, as the microbiome project continues to unfold. So as far as fermented foods go, which are probiotics, fermented foods have been around with humans for an extremely long time, thousands of years. It was actually the first form of preservation. We didn't have refrigerators for a very long time in our existence. And so probiotics was a great way to preserve foods from spoiling, going bad, especially when you think about like vegetables and preserving them into colder months. So it's pretty interesting to think about how these foods that are rich in these good bacteria and yeast and all of that have actually sort of evolved with us. So I'm always into, can we get our good stuff from food? When is it appropriate to use a supplement? And, how, can the food deliver what a supplement can, right? Because a supplement oftentimes is a little bit of a stronger dose or more concentrated. But what I want to do is just walk you through the health benefits of probiotics, fermented foods, talk about, whether we do a supplement or a food and what that means for you. This is just a snapshot of different conditions within the digestive system. So, things like IBS and infectious diseases and antibiotic-associated diarrhea, the IBDs, Crohn's, and ulcerative colitis. There's good research for various conditions as far as digestive health goes, and how probiotics as a supplement can really improve these health conditions. Other digestive health benefits we see increase in branched chain fatty acids. Those are sort of there for growth and development, colonizing the gut with more good bacteria, and helps to positively influence gene expression, so coding for enzymes and proteins in our own body. There's reduction in functional gas and bloating, reduction in diarrhea, improvement in constipation. I say functional just because, if those aren't, if you have those symptoms, but you don't necessarily have a quote unquote disease or condition, it can be really great if your digestive system is just off to have probiotics in both supplement and food form. And then there's a really interesting study where they used it alongside the triple antibiotic therapy that is employed for H. pylori infection and how it really helped. Moving on to immune health. Now, with the immune system, 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. And there's a reason for that, because essentially your inside of your digestive system, even though it's inside your body, is exposed to a lot of pathogens coming in, right? So if you eat food, there's pathogens on it, which is fine. There should be. This isn't about like making your food super clean. Probiotics are really good for you. But you do need to have a defense system ready. So, the majority of the immune system lives in the GALT, the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, and it's going to get information from the beneficial bacteria that come into your gut. So it's going to help support the immune system. There was a Swedish study that found that there was a significant reduction in sick leave, down from 26% to 10% when a Lactobacillus reuteri was taken. With the Lactobacillus reuteri, they gave it to infants, and it was like 14 child care centers around Israel where they did this, and they found that there was a significant decrease in the number of days of fever, clinic visits, antibiotic prescriptions. So like it could be used preventatively, right? So if you give it to these children and they get sick less often or need less antibiotics, that's a great thing. Bifidobacterium breve has been shown to improve atopic dermatitis, which is also known as eczema. There's some interesting research on cholesterol lowering effects. It's a little bit all over the place, the research. There's definitely, this is sort of like a review of all of it, so that was kind of cool. There's benefit in reducing LDL and reducing cholesterol and improving HDL, and then there's some studies where there was no benefit seen. I also wanted to pull up some of the research for actually using the food as opposed to like a single or double strain probiotic. Kefir was used to improve constipation. We see that Lactobacillus plantarum is helpful for blood pressure, both systolic and diastolic, so the top number and the bottom number. And that's really great. Again, the antibiotic-associated diarrhea, we see that yogurt helped to reduce that. And then in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, liver enzymes positively improved, so they went down with the use of yogurt. I mean, how cool. So, you know, food versus supplement. I'm a big food fan. If you can get yourself eating fermented and cultured foods regularly, you're going to be so much better off. And then you don't have to buy a supplement. But it doesn't work for everyone. So if you have to buy a supplement or it's just more convenient for your lifestyle, then that's what you do. So how much should you get? Well, most of the health benefits are seen around the 100 million to 1 billion range. Depending on if you have a specific condition, you likely can go higher than that. And, you know, there are supplements out there with 25 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion. You know, a lot of those upper ones are more for the chronic digestive issues and or if you're taking antibiotics for a long period of time. But for just those regular health conferring benefits, that 100 million to 1 billion is a good goal to shoot for. And you can see that, you know, on average, looking at yogurt, it's got within that range. Looking at kimchi, it's got within that range. So, you know, consuming these foods on a daily basis is really going to get you what you need in regards to having those beneficial probiotics in your belly, in your intestines, and helping you stay healthy. And this always comes up, when is it best to take? Fermented foods are fermented with the bacteria on them, right? So when you eat food, you are consuming them with the food. So it makes sense in my book that you consume your probiotic with your food. You hop on over to my website. It's at Your Wellness Expert. I just wanted to provide you with the shopper's guide to fermented foods. I think if you're really serious about your health and staying healthy and being a healthy person, having that list that you can take with you to the grocery store to buy yourself your fermented foods every day is going to be really beneficial for you, and you'll love having that. And I'll see you next time.